All right, a look at the Dean Dome in Chapel Hill. Thank you for tuning in for our last game, the Big School 4A State Basketball Championship. Weddington, the top seed out of the West, unbeaten, and the 15 seed out of the East, Panther Creek. And for the Weddington Warriors, there is Gary Ellington in his 14th season for the Warriors. Led them to an unbeaten state title at the 3A level last year, Jay. 30-0 this year at 4A. I tell you what, you maybe lost some years off your life watching them go through the playoffs. More on that coming up. But they are fortunate and deserve to be here in the state title game yet again.
His team always seems to find a way. They've been a power over in the western part of the state, and he's known most of the guys on his team since they were in elementary school, 4th and 5th grade, coming to his camp, and he's got a special connection with his group.
All right, so there is Shawn Robinson in his 8th year as head coach for Panther Creek. Over his last 4 years, they're 82 and 22, and this is a guy with his dad on his staff, Daryl, who excelled in Little John for the Clemson Tigers, a 4-time All-ACC academic player, one of the top free throw shooters in the country down his career, played professionally as well. This means a lot for the first time to bring Panther Creek to this stage.
And for those two to be on the same staff, and Daryl Robinson coached Shawn in high school at Leesville Road, and he was top 100 player, outstanding in high school, and he played at the Dean Dome in 2001 in the state championship for Leesville. Now coming back in 2022, leading his team. This has been a special year and an opportunity to cap it off with the state championship.
Well, what great opportunities for each of these squads as we get to our starters for this contest. And they're brought to you by West Shore Home. Chase Lowe, we will talk about him a lot. He was the MVP of the 3A state title game last year. The offer from Cornell, SAT score of 1350. He is the prototypical neighborhood greatest kid, right?
Yeah, and he does everything. And over for Panther Creek, I mean, this is a balanced lineup. Yeah. Tyler Thompson, top Division I football recruit. Amari Odom, the same as star on the football field. Jordan Snell and Daly, college interest. Rashawn Robinson, same thing. I mean, all 5 guys and their bench has found contributions, and they've been playing at such a high level.
Starting lineup is brought to you by West Shore Home, America's most admired home remodeling brand. Our officials tonight, Eric Benson, Jeff Feller, Quinton Hill, Panther Creek in the traveling black uniforms, Weddington in the home with the green numbers. We are ready for the 4A Men's Basketball Championship, and the tip controlled by the unbeaten Warriors, who have not lost a game since before the pandemic, March 3rd of 2020. They won 48 consecutive games. It's the longest winning streak active in the state of North Carolina. A.J. Cook with the basketball, drives, kicks to the corner. Berni Tah. And the rebound belongs to Amari Odom and the 23-7 Catamounts. Well, if they win this state title, will be the lowest seed to ever win a title since the NCHSA instituted seeding. They are a 15 seed. As a matter of fact, only one worse seed has ever played for a state title game. That was a couple of years ago. Daly to Jordan Snell. And the Warriors open up in a man-to-man, attacking. There's the kick out. Here is Snell. And this will go out of bounds off of this 3.
Well, good job moving the ball, staying patient on the offensive end, and Snell, the top 3-point shooter for Panther Creek, him and Amari Odom, the 2 leading scorers, trying to get in the lane and create an open shot opportunity.
In case you were wondering, you brought up Leesville Road earlier where Shawn Robinson played as a 17 seed 5 years ago. They were the lowest seed to ever reach a championship game, but they got bombed by Southwest Guilford. Odom averaging 11 points, 5 rebounds, 5 assists a game. Calls out the play here for the Catamounts. Tight man-to-man by Evan Morton. Some contact, they play through, but not that second time. And the first foul goes against Evan Morton, one of the juniors on this senior-dominated Warriors team.
The challenge for Weddington is going to be dealing with the length and athleticism of Panther Creek, and it all starts with Amari Odom, the quarterback on the football team. He's a 6'3" point guard.
And a travel on the Catamounts. So there is Shawn Robinson named the head coach of Panther Creek in 2014. His dad, Darryl, on the staff. He was a student teacher at Central Elementary High School when he was a senior at Clemson. Attacking the paint, little fallback, no. Offensive rebound by Chase Lowe, and a second crack. Cook, the floater. Rebound to Shawn Robinson. Big size advantage on the inside with James Daly, the 6'10 post. A little runner by Snell, no. And there are the first points ever in championship history for the Catamounts, Tyler Thompson.
And Tyler Thompson has turned it on in the playoffs. He's a 6'6" defensive end, received an offer from North Carolina on Wednesday on the football field. Michigan, Kentucky, West Virginia as well.
Kyle Frazier, second leading scorer, 15 a game. He knocks down a three. Brought to you by West Shore Home, bringing happiness to every home.
Frazier over 40% from beyond the three-point line on the year. Him and Cook are the two best three-point shooters.
But Frazier's going to have a tough time helping out defensively on the inside. Jump around the corner, three-man Shawn Robinson. 5-3, Panther Creek. And here is Chase Lowe, driving, attacking, goes against the 6'10", and lost the handle, slipped out of his fingertips. Turnover by Weddington.
Good job by James Daly. Down low, putting his arm straight up, and he's an enforcer. The Lowe went right into the body with a good no call, and Weddington playing 5 guards, spreading the floor, 5 out, clearing up the lane area, and Daly doing the job on that possession.
A couple of subs in for Weddington. Jack Ellyson is in. Grady Brosterhous is in as well. And there's contact on the baseline. There'll be a foul on Brosterhous, one of the 6 seniors on this Weddington team. Again, if you haven't been following along with Weddington and their incredible postseason journey, first round of the playoffs is a 1-32. They went to overtime against Olympic and won. Then you go to the regional semifinals against Chambers. They trailed Chambers by 5 with 58 seconds left in the fourth quarter, came back to win. If that weren't enough, in the next round, the regional finals, they trailed by 6 with 59 seconds left. Came back to win in regulation. 48 wins in a row, and here they are playing for another state title.
And they've had big shots at the end of ball games, ice in their veins. They've stayed composed. They've found a way with their chemistry.
Stepping left, this is Frazier. Daly's first rebound, quick outlet. Up the floor comes Odom, taps the gas, jumps it to Snell, left corner three. And look how high Chase Lowe gets for the rebound. 3-on-1 for Lowe. Slides a bounce pass. High bank shot missed by Brosterhous. And the tip will go in. And Chase Lowe with his first points of the championship.
Special by Lowe, leading the break. No look pass and then staying down low. And he caught that ball on the way down and just kind of threw it in for 2.
7-5 Catamounts. They're playing the baseline. This is Thompson. Fadeaway no. And the rebound cannot be controlled by Shawn Robinson. High-level play already. Midway through the opening quarter for the 4A title. Panther Creek, an early 2-point lead. One of these schools will win its first ever 4A state title. Weddington, the defending 3A champs, but bumped up in class. The Catamounts 23-7. 3 straight road wins in the middle of this playoff run. Winning at 2-seed New Hanover, winning at Apex Friendship by 4, winning at Millbrook by 3, and then they knocked off Cleveland in the regional final on a neutral floor last Saturday.
They've been battle tested, and they had 6 football players. Their football program went to the regional final. They didn't come back till December, so they missed all the preseason practices.
Kyle Frazier feeling it early. His second 3 of the quarter. That one brought to you by West Shore Home, bringing happiness to every home. 8-7 Weddington. Chris Ueu, number 3 on the floor for Panther Creek. He has been a huge, surprising spark for this Catamount team in the postseason. Ball in his hands now. He's just a sophomore. Odom repels out to midcourt, and they will reset. Up top, Odom for 3. And the rebound ripped down there by Evan Morton. Snaps it ahead low, pocket picked. Amari Odom to the hole. And Panther Creek back on top.
How quick was Odom tracking down that ball, jumping in the passing lane?
Frazier, up fake, now attacking. Little contact, he'll shoot a couple of free throws. Tyler Thompson collects the foul for Panther Creek. Let's take a look. If you blink, you might have missed a steal at midcourt on this pass.
Turned on the Jets. Now how athletic he is, just flying into the lane. Weddington with the response.
At the Builders Discount Center free throw line. Builders Discount, don't just build tough. Kyle Frazier, 7 early points for Weddington. He hit the huge three that finished off the come-from-behind win over Chambers. And hit a three against North Meck in the regional final to draw Weddington within 1 in that frantic last-minute rally. 8 of the 10 for the Warriors to Kyle Frazier. And now they set up what looks to be a trap right inside midcourt. Ueyo feels it. Skip over. Tater gives it up. New play call by Shawn Robinson. And one more time, a third crack. Daly flashing high. He does have that range. Misfires. And contact on the rebound. It was grabbed by Bill Abrams. And this is going to be a foul on Panther Creek. And it's going to be number 2 on Tyler Thompson. That's important because he is by far their best, most physical rebounder.
And he brings the toughness and the height, 6'6" down low. He goes over to the sideline with the 2 fouls. He's been so good in the playoffs.
And so he checks out with 2 fouls. Daly departs as well. So Panther Creek going a whole lot smaller now. 2 minutes left, opening quarter. Weddington ball with a 1-point lead. This is Chase Lowe. Works on Tater. The quick drive, hangs and scores. Made that look very easy.
And he has that innate ability with the first step quickness just to hang in the air.
Lowe just claws the basketball away. And a pull-up 3, A.J. Cook. 5 points in 5 seconds for the Warriors. And the lead is 6. Ueyo, Tater out of the corner. That's a 3. Bringing happiness to every home. West Shore home, 15-12. Weddington on top by 3. Another attack. Chase Lowe breaking down the Catamount defense on back-to-back possessions.
He's so good in one-on-one situations, using the crossover dribble, the first step quickness, long frame. Panther Creek was outside.
Lowe gets his hand in the pass, drives to the hole, and scores, and is fouled. And Chase Lowe take it over in the first quarter for Weddington.
He does it on both ends of the court. In the passing lanes, knocking the ball loose. Good job with the anticipation right hand. And then he feels the body. Panther Creek is able to lean back, knock it in, and he says, 1 more for me.
Well, he was the MVP of the 3A title game last year when they beat Northwood by 9. And Gary Ellington, when he was asked about Chase Lowe and all the qualities that he represents, you don't hear coaches throw this out very often, but he said he's such a great kid in all facets. If he wanted to be president and change the world, he could. He has that much belief in Chase Lowe. High praise. 8-point lead for the Warriors. Little floater, yes. First bucket by Jordan Snell.
How you break the press, get the ball to the middle, and Snell pulling up. Good decision, just shooting the ball over the defense.
Both teams shooting well over 50% in this opening quarter, which only has 35 seconds left. A.J. Cook dumps inside. This is Frazier. Frazier has 10, Lowe has 9. That's 19 of Weddington's 22 from those 2 players alone.
57% from the field.
Here's Ueyo. Dribble knocked away, but right into the hands of Snell. 10 seconds left for Odom and the Catamouts, down 8 as the first quarter closes. Bounce into the corner. Ueyo to the hole, elevates. No. One dribble, the step back off glass, no good at the horn by Caleb Surges. And the first quarter comes to a close. Weddington knocks down 3 threes in the opening quarter. 48-game winning streak on the line for the defending 3A champs. They're up 8 after 1. Let's check out the first quarter stats brought to you by a Legacy Federal Credit Union. Be your best you with a Legacy Federal Credit Union.
It's been a pretty good game as far as the stats go. Very even. The difference has been the shooting for Weddington. 57% from the field, 60% from the three-point line. Panther Creek pretty good as well, 43%. But Weddington has come out, shot the ball very efficiently, and been on fire.
Chase Lowe, Kyle Frazier, 7 of 9 combined from the floor, 19 of Weddington's 22 points as we take a look at the Hardy's points in the paint.
Pretty even down low, 8-6. You'd figure Panther Creek should win in that area with their height advantage.
Try the new bacon-based menu at Hardy's. Crispy bacon in a burger, biscuit, or breakfast burrito. And rising is Jesse Powell. First points of the game, first moments of the game for Powell.
Powell committed to Elon on the football field, provides energy and production off the bench.
Evan Morton rejects the screen from Frazier, spins in the lane, hangs, that will count if it goes, and free throws on the way. Ueo with his first foul. So Evan Morton, scoreless in the game, averages about 12 per. The junior with the first of 2, and he's in the books. And Chase Lowe just got a little bit of a breather. About 36 seconds of game time. That'll be enough.
Want him out on the court.
Lead back to 8. Well, you can see what makes this Weddington team so dangerous. Everybody on the floor is capable of scoring. From the perimeter and at the rim. Ueo looks to reverse the snap. They dump it in Daly, and when you get an off of the ball foul going on Panther Creek, and that's going to go on Jesse Powell for a hold before that pass got to Daly.
Looked like they're holding Berni Tah. There's a pick set on him. A little bit of contact. Too much. Frazier.
Turnover back to Weddington, +8. Matches their biggest lead. They throw 2 at Lowe. There's the skip, and it's out of bounds over the head of A.J. Cook. Tough pass to make, especially when you're going against tall, athletic guys who can jump.
Yeah, and James Daly's coming at you with his arms up. You're going across court. It's a tough play.
I mean, you talk about how Daly's defense and length and size can impact simple things like that kind of skip pass, which you almost take for granted. Here's Amari Odom. Panther Creek had never been past the 4th round ever until this year. Now they're playing for a title. And the attack by Odom, he gets hits. The foul against Chase Lowe, number 1.
Amari Odom picking up where he left off. 16 points against Cleveland in the regional final. Quarterback of the football team. He's got offers from ECU, UNLV, and many others coming in.
And Tyler Thompson back out there for the Catamounts with 2 fouls. Here's a deflected pass. Thompson gets it, faking, gets to the front of the rim, leaves it short. And a hard rebound by Berni Tah. Well, these Warriors have proven to be very tough so far. Low, over the head pass, stepping left, Frazier, no. Rebound on the run, Odom, and here come the Catamounts. Good look inside, Thompson.
That's how you break pressure. Move the ball quickly up the court.
24-18 Warriors. Snell trying to hang with A.J. Reversing out Evan Morton with the left hand, no. Daly cleans the miss and then throws it away. Lowe, though, could not handle it. Daly had to release that pass fast because he was falling out of bounds, but threw it right into the palms of Chase Lowe, who also has been all balanced as we get a timeout call.
And you have to be careful with Lowe when he's running back up the court. He just has a tendency to kind of turn around and jump in the passing lane. So Panther Creek has to be aware of where he is on the defensive end.
Stay tuned. The myspot.nc.gov halftime report. COVID vaccines available to everybody 5 and up. Boosters for 12 and older. Find them at myspot.nc.gov. Coming up at halftime, Q Tucker, the commissioner of the NCHSAA. We will have first half highlights and analysis. That's all coming up. Weddington 24, Panther Creek 18. It does make you wonder in a game like this with this kind of pace, how much of an impact James Daly can have, because Weddington certainly wants to run. They move the ball very fast. He's 6'10". He's a much better defender, kind of almost in a half-court set. This isn't necessarily the best matchup for him. We'll see how Shawn Robinson uses him.
I think what you can do is really just guard the three-point line, funnel everything into the paint, and let him block shots, what he does best on the defensive end.
I'm curious to watch that kind of subplot in this game. Warriors again looking to trap right near midcourt. Panther Creek breaks it with Robinson back on the floor. Oldham against A.J. Cook. Thompson will need to be cautious with a couple of fouls. Snell. Odom takes a drive. This is Thompson with 2 fouls on the baseline. Spins back. And that deflected pass by A.J. Cook knocked it into his coaching staff's bench.
Weddington very active, communicating. We can hear them talking to each other. Gary Ellington, as well, talking to his team throughout the possessions and wanting pressure.
Now a double team runs right at Thompson, and a timeout called by Panther Creek.
Good timeout by Shawn Robinson.
5:15 left, second quarter, 24-18, Panther Creek leading. Now coming up post-game, we'll get to the talking out NC play of the game. Start the conversation, stop underage drinking. They waited all day for this and really all year for this. 48 wins in a row by the Weddington Warriors. And they probably had moments where they thought, oh, this is the end, right? Maybe the first round game. Regional semifinal, oh, this is the end. Nope. Last Saturday, oh, this has got to be the end against North Mac. Down 6 with 59 seconds left, but no, here they are. They feel this is a year of destiny at the 4A level for the first time.
I feel like it's going to be special. And whenever you have close endings and you find a way, persevere through adversity, you make it happen, you feel like you're destined for this moment.
All right, here we go. Oldham now giving up ground in the backcourt. Count is on. It's in the hands of Snell. He'll have to rush to beat the count. And just does. Hook pass. Volleyball back to midcourt and saved by Snell. And then he got fouled right at midcourt by A.J. Cook. Now Snell was retrieving that ball, acting like he had to stay in the front court, but he didn't because it was deflected by Weddington. And that almost cost the count. And he's trying to stay right behind the half-court line. But that was batted toward the backcourt by Weddington. 5 minutes left, second quarter.
Chase Lowe at the top of the pressure, 6'5". It's so tough to get around him.
Boy, Oldham having a tough time solving it and throws it away. Cook the steal. And now Weddington looks to make him pay. This is Morton to the hole, and he'll shoot a couple of free throws.
Morton spotting up on the opposite side. Gets the pass from Cook, and then the hang time is going into the lane. Knowing he's going to draw contact to get to the line, he's such a smart player.
And the first free throw from the NC DPS free throw line is good. The foul charged against Daly. 3 points now for Evan Morton. And Shawn Robinson in his time at Clemson, he saw a lot of heavy ball pressure in his time in the ACC. He'll need to tutor his squad on how to best handle the pressure they're seeing tonight from Weddington. Lead back to 8. Ueu. Tough bounce pass just did get threaded into Snell. Ueu, that pass batted down. Steal by Cook. 3-on-2. Cook saved the dribble. And a pass cross-court hit Daly in the mouth. And he'll get credit for steals. He checks to make sure he's not bleeding.
Good hustle by him.
There's Here's Daly flashing a high post. A closeout before Snell could make the shot. Daly had a knock out of his hand. Saves it. Finds Odom. A skip pass into the corner. Saved by Weddington. Long down court to Morton. And the lead on the tip in is now 10 for the first time in the championship. Frazier, Johnny on the spot.
The pressure is creating problems. Panther Creek has to look to go towards the hoop. They're looking to pass too much. They've just got to be aggressive, go north and south and put pressure on Weddington.
I'll tell you what, A.J. Cook, number 12 for Weddington, he's playing very hard defensively. He's deflected a whole bunch of passes, a couple of steals. Closes out late here, and Awayo can't knock down the three. Lowe the rebound. He wants A.J. Cook. The flip back, Frazier over Daly. And Thompson the rebound. Snell, good fake. Short with a three. Who wants the rebound? The Catamounts do. Attacking his Odom, high off glass, no. Got his own miss on the tip. And swatted straight down, but he's hammered to the ground. Nothing coming easy for Panther Creek. 3:02 left second quarter. Weddington leads by 10. Weddington, they have squeezed out a couple of fortunate wins in the last two rounds, but they are looking all the parts of a state champion so far. Up 10 on Panther Creek, late stages of the second quarter. How do the Catamounts just settle themselves in and attack as efficiently as they can?
Well, you have to find a way to solve the pressure. I think what they have to do is, instead of looking to pass the ball in the perimeter, you just have to drive and then dish to the outside. But you have to put pressure on the defense, because right now the aggressors are Weddington on the defensive end. You can tell Panther Creek is uncomfortable. Panther Creek has to flip that and use their athleticism and drive towards the hoop and put pressure on them and force Weddington into a disadvantage, a smaller lineup compared to the Catamounts.
There's a look at Daly. He was still checking that lip and those teeth to make sure everything's in place. It'll be Mario Odom to the free throw line for the Catamounts. The number 15 seed in the East. They're on a 5-game winning streak, which is their longest winning streak of the season. They lost 7 games, played a tough non-conference, played in a very tough conference. And there's a microcosm of the game so far. Odom, a credible shooter, airballs a free throw. And one more coming from the North Carolina Department of Public Safety free throw line. Go to ncdps.gov/careers. 28-19, Weddington. Chase Lowe, 9 points in the opening quarter. Frazier has 12. Cook. They play it around. This is Evan Morton. Attacks Uwayo, gets the hole, goes after Daly and scores. And it changed the direction, a little more air on that driving layup. First field goal of the game for Morton. Weddington now by 11. A tough pass got through, but a travel called against the Catamounts. You use the term comfortable. That's a perfect term. They do not look comfortable at all, even after timeouts on how to dissect it with their coach instructing them.
And we talked about how are they going to solve it. Another way to limit it is fast break opportunities, and then on the defensive end, you can't give up made buckets because that sets up the press. So you've got to be better on the defensive side, create turnovers, and getting the fast break opportunities for yourself.
Daly out, Tyler Thompson back in for the Catamounts with 2 fouls. And he will put pressure on the ball on Frazier. Coming down on 2 minutes for the half. Defense extended by Panther Creek. Morton slowed down by Thompson. He starts again, gets by him in front of the rim. That is off the rim, and it's an offensive foul.
And Mario got the call there, and you see the emotion. That was a huge lift. They needed something positive on the defensive end, and he stepped up.
Second foul against Morton. Here's a look.
Gives up his body. Good job anticipating the drive, getting in position.
And So Morton will go to the bench with a couple of fouls late in this first half. Sprinting through that soft trap. Catamounts skip it to Snell. This is Thompson. A look to the inside. Saved by Panther Creek. And now the scramble by the Weddington defense, and free throws coming for Odom. Because every single offensive set for the Catamounts, I mean, they're working overtime to even get a somewhat of a clean look.
And they're expending so much energy. Odom so good though with his driving ability, and that's what they've got to do. Just go towards the hoop and put pressure on Weddington instead of vice versa.
Second foul on Brosterhous as Odom makes the first of 2 from the NCDPS free throw line. NCDPS.gov/careers to start your new career. And Daly back in. Weddington by 10. I mean, these two teams through their playoff run, just about every game they played collectively has been a single-digit game, and they're used to playing tight contests. Odom makes a pair. Weddington leads by 9. Now a little backcourt pressure by the Catamounts. We'll see how Weddington handles it. Usually teams that press well don't like it. What is done against them. Jack Ellyson, number 1, back out there. Gets the return feed and the layup. Beautifully executed. A 2-man game, a little give and go.
Put the ball in the post and then make a cut. Good job getting in the lane.
Uwayo. Odom can't turn the corner. Deflected pass into the backcourt. Cook may get to it. Saves it right to Uwayo. And an opportunity now for the Catamounts. Thompson charging the hole. Offensive foul. That's number 3. And Thompson runs straight to the bench.
Bill Abrams, number 11. Perfect position right outside of the circle.
Boy, he knew it. He knew it was an offensive foul. He knew he was going to be subbed out, so he got up and ran straight down the sideline of the bench. David Tater, number 11, back in for the Catamounts. Inside a minute for the first half. Cook kicked right into our area. I tell you what, great hands down there. Well, one of the members of the media to our right. A reminder, stay tuned. The myspot.nc.gov halftime report coming up. Q Tucker will join us. First half highlights and more. Visit myspot.nc.gov for details on where you can get your COVID-19 vaccine shots. Lowe quickly bursting on the baseline, hangs delicately and scores.
Such good body control. He had the baseline, went in and pulled up a little bit shy away from the contact.
And now the largest lead of the half for Weddington. Panther Creek inside the final 30 seconds. Uwayo. It looks like the Catamounts are content to hold for the last shot here. Screen will be set. Tater to Odom down the lane. Well, where was that going? Tip loose, got it back, and foul. Lamari Odom, that ball's coming out of his hand, trying to take on 3 interior defenders for Weddington. Again, that's just how problematic it's been for the Catamounts to get any kind of shot to the rim tonight.
And they're just collapsing down and making it tough. I like the fight of Odom continuing to go for the ball to get to the line.
Foul on Ellyson. And Odom, this will be his 6th free throw of this quarter as Daly returns. But this first half feels like any shot Weddington wants they can get. Any shot Panther Creek wants they cannot get. I mean, to me, it's as simple as that. They're trying. It's just next to impossible right now. 11-point lead for Weddington. Time for Lowe. 4 seconds left. Lowe taps the gas, scoops a pass away. This will count if it goes. There was a whistle, though, I thought, before halftime hit. I thought I heard a whistle before that Horn went off, but evidently not. The officials will run off of the floor, and that is the end of the opening half. And Shawn Robinson takes a look at the scores table, and he will have to problem solve. Weddington, 48 wins in a row, looking for a 4A state title. They're up on Panther Creek by 11. Back in Chapel Hill for the 4A men's state championship game. Weddington 34, Panther Creek 23, and Jay, for Panther Creek down by 11. What's the focus of the conversation right now in the locker room?
Well, it's just to calm down the offensive end, figure out a way to break the press, and then you've got to hit some shots on the outside to loosen things up. And on the defensive end, you have to find a way to slow down the shooting ability. 55% from Weddington in the first.
All right, Weddington with the longest active winning streak in the state, 48 in a row, halfway to their first 4A state title, leading Panther Creek by 11. Weddington leading Panther Creek by 11, moments away from the third quarter, and Jason Hunter will take a look at some first half highlights. The defense for Weddington has been their calling card so far today.
It seems like everybody's gotten into the act. Ball movement, Frazier knocked down some outside shots. They've been really doing a nice job with separating the court, spacing, and they've just been efficient. They've been making shots very simple. And then on the defensive side, Chase Lowe has led the way, creating opportunities for his teammates. And Cook knocked down a big one. And here, Lowe did it all, coast to coast.
Yeah, they just presented a lot of problems here for Panther Creek in this contest. A lot of deflections by A.J. Cook as well. First half saw Lowe and Frazier combined for 23 points for Weddington. Here's a look at the first half stats, brought to you by a Legacy Federal Credit Union.
Points off turnovers, Weddington taking advantage of that area, and then a three-point shooting. They only had 7 shot attempts. They knocked down 3. They've just been really good with their decision-making and making Panther Creek uncomfortable. That's been a huge part of the first half.
All right, final half of championship basketball on this Saturday night from Chapel Hill. Weddington, the top seed out of the West, unbeaten with an 11-point lead on the 15 seed out of the East, Panther Creek. Patch McKinnis, Jay Sohnhalter back with you. And Jay, let's revisit our Ingles food for thought, and let's see how they have played out. Love this low prices, love the savings.
The Catamounts have to slow down the outside shooting and then also stop driving lanes as well. The shot selection, they haven't been able to get into a flow of their offense. Weddington, A+. They've controlled the pace. They've done whatever they wanted to do on the offense and defensive side, and then crashing the boards has been pretty even, but they've been physical on the glass.
All right, now how about the Hardys? Points in the paint for the first half.
A lot of these points have come on drives, fast break opportunities. Weddington winning in this area, Panther Creek, the second half, that's where they really need to make a big jump, is inside, winning down low on the block.
All right, Hardys try the new bacon-based menu at a Hardys. Crispy bacon in a burger, biscuit, or breakfast burrito. Ball belongs to Weddington with an 11-point lead as we get underway in the second half. Evan Morton had 6 in the first half, Lowe 11. Frazier led Weddington with a dozen. A.J. Cook, a useful contributor as well, with steals and assists, and a driving layup opens up the third quarter by Evan Morton. Matches the biggest lead of the game, and a near steal, but another deflection. Berni Tah this time for Weddington. That's going to be the first thing that I'll be watching in this third quarter, is what wrinkles, what changes, if any, will we see from Panther Creek on how to best handle the Weddington press. Will it be ball fakes? Will it be ball movement? Will it be more aggressive attacking it? Here's Odom with the right hand, couldn't finish. Robinson for the rebound and gets the foul. Bucket will count.
Good job. They got into the teeth of the defense, and then when you put the ball up, they've got height down low, so if it's a miss, just let your guys go to work. Robinson staying with it, getting the contact, and going to the line for an and one.
All right, a third foul on Evan Morton. So from the NCDPS free throw line, free throw missed. Frazier grabs the rebound. And quickly ahead, the attack. And Berni Tah to the free throw line. Went right at Daly. Panther Creek on the missed free throw. A little tardy getting back.
Berni Tah's come on as of late. Runs the floor. The junior goes in. Just attacks the rim.
Second foul on James Daly. And now to the ncdps.gov/careers free throw line. And that one rolls off, no good by Tah. First free throw missed by Weddington all game as Jack Ellyson returns. Morton sits with 3 fouls. Misses a pair. Deficit remains 11 facing the Catamounts. They haven't had many opportunities to string back-to-back possessions together, and that one gets away. And now Thompson and Robinson kind of getting on one another for where the mistake lies. Well, yeah, Jay, haven't seen a lot of really 5 or 6 point pushes by Panther Creek in this game. It's a missed opportunity. And there's an opportunity here. Odom, great anticipation, driving in the hole, and Panther Creek is within single digits.
That's the recipe. Do it on the defensive end. Odom, the best defender, turns into easy offense.
Weddington by 9. Cook offloads it. Lowe against Robinson. Nice spin. Left-handed shot. No. Daly the rebound. Quick outlet Odom. Trying to get to within 7, maybe 6. Oh, that pass had no shot. A no-look pass underneath. Steal by Lowe. Opportunity for Weddington. And no foul called. Thompson throws it ahead and, gosh, throws it away. Look at Shawn Robinson, this sideline for the Catamounts. Slow down. Settle down. They're trying to recover a 9-point deficit in one play.
I like the energy that they've come out with in the second half. There, you just got to pull it back out. I know you want to get an easy buck in transition, just to slow it down and then move the ball up the court, get it past the midcourt, and then run your offense.
Here's Cook working on Snell. Got him in the air, whips a pass down low, and knocked out by Daly. Weddington by 9. Lowe will throw in. And a sub on the floor. Jesse Powell in for the Catamounts, replacing Thompson, who was out there with 3 fouls. Lowe spots up Cook in the corner. Frazier, a catch and release. Yes. You think they've done that a few times this year?
They play so well together. Frazier knocks it in.
15 points. And now Frazier got his forearm on that pass after knocking in another West Shore home 3-pointer.
What I like about Weddington is they execute on offense. Immediately they turn their focus on the defensive side and playing so hard, working well together. They don't take any possessions off.
And nor do they waste any time celebrating. I mean, they just hustle back and tell themselves what's next. Weddington by 12. Odom finds a seam, slides a nice bounce pass inside to Powell. That's how you attack that zone look by Weddington. Warriors by 10. A.J. Cook takes the dribble all the way across the floor. Bill Abrams on the floor for Weddington, number 11 for the first time today. Here's Frazier with 3 3-pointers. Count is on. Panther Creek screaming from the bench. They wanted a 5-second call. Cook up top. Abrams open. Bounce pass poked away. Late whistle. And they'll go on Panther Creek. I think it's Shawn Robinson.
And Chase Lowe spread out down low to try to force Robinson to go all the way around him, and he gets the call because of how low he was staying, keeping a low center of gravity.
So Weddington gets it in. Frazier finds Cook in the corner for 3. Yes! Second for the senior A.J. Cook. The 5th of the game for Weddington. And the lead to 13. And a steal by Lowe behind the back. And a reach in. That's what knocked the dribble out of his hands.
Well, Cook and Frazier both broke the school record for three-pointers in the season for Weddington. And they're just continuing to add on to the record book. Each guy over 40% on the year.
Weddington by 13. Baseline out of bounds play. So Robinson out, Daly out. Thompson is back on the floor. There is too many careless possessions for Panther Creek. Cook will drive, up fake. Frazier throws to Lowe. Nowhere to go on the baseline. A smart play here by Chase Lowe. It wasn't there. And a new play call from Gary Ellington. Ellyson had it knocked away. Catamounts extending, taking swats at the basketball, trying to force some turnovers. Cook gets in, lost his balance, and the ball just lands in the hands of his teammate Jack Ellyson. Ball poked away in the backcourt. That'll be a foul on Weddington. And it's going to go on Chase Lowe. Number 2 on Lowe, who, if he is a future president, will not be pardoning that referee on that call down the road. And timeout, 3:55 left, third quarter. Biggest lead of the championship for the Warriors, up 15 on Panther Creek. Weddington 44, Panther Creek 29. Just beyond the midway mark of quarter number 3, Jay. We did see some signs of life from Panther Creek earlier in this quarter, but careless with the ball in a couple possessions, and they're facing their largest deficit tonight.
Well, in Weddington, they've been consistent throughout the year with their three-point shooting and protecting the basketball. So Panther Creek, they can't make any mistakes or turnovers themselves, and then they just have to make shots. You know, again, continue to drive with Odom. But when he dishes the outside, the guys have to step up and make outside shots, especially three-pointers.
Odom and dribble drive. Ueo hangs. Extra pass. And now one more to the baseline, but look how fast the Warrior defensive recovery is. Thompson throws down low. It's loose. Saved by the Catamounts. Ueo, high arcing shot, flips in. A bucket for Ueo. But man, that possession was not easy for the Catamounts. And all that work, quick, crisp passes, still a high degree of difficulty shot.
Weddington is so active with their arms, just getting in passing lanes and making it difficult.
A.J. Cook for 3. Does he miss? Rarely. Third of the game for Cook. Another West Shore home three-pointer. West Shore home bringing happiness to every home. 47-31 Warriors. Starting to pull away from Panther Creek. Snell charges in, and that's going to count. Nice, tough finish by Jordan Snell.
And the senior Snell has had such a good year. The three-point shooter shows off his versatility with the hang time and the focus to knock it in. And this has to be go time for Panther Creek. 14-point deficit, opportunity to get one more point, but you've got to turn up the pressure on the defensive end.
First foul on Abrams. Snell 4 points in the game. He's at the North Carolina Department of Public Safety free throw line. Misses the free throw, and Lowe tight ropes the end line for the rebound. 47-33 Weddington. In control. Morton, the jump stop. Oh, lost his balance, went down hard. But fortunately for the Warriors, there's maybe a cuticle of Tyler Thompson on that basketball as it rolled toward the end line. He didn't mean to touch it. And Morton is up and kind of feeling around that left shoulder.
It's been a physical ball game. Morton just goes into the paint. He's fearless.
2:24 left, third quarter. Weddington leads by 14. Frazier spotted in the corner. Long rebound, and Chase Lowe runs it down. So even when Weddington does miss offensive rebound, that's demoralizing for the Panther Creek D. Trying to get possessions back to get back in this game. Chase Lowe easily gets around Ueo, attacks Thompson and lays it in.
Makes it look easy. Sweep fake, and then the body control once he gets inside and is able to finish.
Snell spins into trouble, finds a crease, barely grazed the iron. And you almost get the feeling, Jay, that these next couple of possessions for Panther Creek may decide whether this fourth quarter is competitive. Because we're on the verge. Now Weddington gapping this one. Lowe attacks, hangs, and delicately backs one in over the 6'10 James Daly. And a timeout by Panther Creek. Shawn Robinson feels it as well. 18 is the lead for the Warriors.
Lowe has a special ability. When you've got a 6'11" shot blocker coming at you and you're able to get the ball up with enough arc, also the touch. I mean, that is one of the toughest shots when you got a shot blocker coming at you full speed. And again, he just makes it look easy. He's been so good tonight.
A reminder, coming up later in the fourth quarter, we will have our West Shore Home Player of the Game. West Shore Home, America's most admired home remodeling brand. Well, they made the long drive from Matthews, North Carolina, far out west. 30-0 this year, 48 straight wins. And their first ever appearance in a 4A title game. There, the Catamount fans made a much shorter drive from Cary. Panther Creek Catamounts now exiting the huddle, trailing by 18, and you almost get the sense that they're thinking, well, what's left to try? Because they've attempted certain things, they're not making enough shots, but defensively as well, Weddington has just carved them up all night long.
On the defensive side, it's just been tough, it's been difficult. Stressful possessions, and they've shot the ball 46% from the field. I mean, they've been shooting pretty well. It's just, it hasn't been easy.
Ueo through the middle of the defense. Had to adjust his shot. Rebound to Tah. Moving close toward 1 minute left in this third quarter. There's a skip to a wide open A.J. Cook. Still will not miss. 3 threes in this quarter for Cook. And for the game, he is 4 for 4 from deep.
He's got that beautiful rainbow arc. Looks like Steph Curry shooting the ball.
Odom underneath. Finds a man on the sideline, and that is a 3 for Chris Ueo.
Ueo with the needed response. Good job by him coming back.
West Shore Home 3. Brought to you by West Shore Home, bringing happiness to every home. Weddington by 18. Looks like they're holding for the last shot. Lowe to Cook. His deepest of the night. Still perfect. 5 out of 5 from distance for the senior A.J. Cook. And it's back to a 21-point lead for the Warriors. Odom misses at the horn. And this is about to be coronation for the Weddington Warriors. We asked earlier in the third, can A.J. Cook miss? The answer still no. Weddington by 21 heading to the fourth. Let's get to your Legacy Federal Credit Union stats through 3 quarters. Be your best you with the Legacy Federal Credit Union, Jay.
Well, the difference in the ball game is the shooting ability for Weddington. 60% from the field, that's pretty good. Even better, though, from the three-point line, 61%. They were unconscious in the third quarter. Panther Creek, their percentages are pretty good. It's just Weddington is on fire, and then they're creating turnovers on the defensive end.
5 made threes in that third quarter alone for the Warriors. They opened 8 minutes away from a 4A title, up by 21. And look at Hardy's points to paint tech. 2 more on that column for Panther Creek. The bucket by James Daly, his first points of the game.
And They need to get the ball to the middle, get it to him to loosen up the zone press.
Points to paint, try the new Bacon Beast menu at Hardee's. Crispy bacon in a burger, biscuit, or breakfast burrito. Chase Lowe, a no-look hook pass out front. And there's a three, and it's it's Berni Tah for his first points of the game. 60-38. Quick three missed by Panther Creek. The layup, though, on the offensive rebound is in by Tyler Thompson. Weddington is now 9 out of 14, Jay, from deep. Cook is 5 for 5. Frazier 3 for 7. Tah is now 1 for 2.
And it's like contagious. I mean, Cook knocks in a couple, and then Tah comes across. I mean, Frazier, everybody has the three-point shooting ability. They can be a threat on every possession.
Thompson knocks down the free throw from the Builders Discount Center free throw line. Builders Discount. Don't just build tough. 61-40. Weddington. The 3A state champs last year, up to the 4A level this year, and that pass off the fingers of Tah, out of bounds. Kyle Frazier a little slow to get up. Just the 7th turnover by Weddington in the game. Panther Creek has committed 13. Daly in, Robinson out. Well, almost everything offensively for the Panther Creek Catamounts has to be quick. Three-pointer Ueo missed, rebound deflected out, loose, taken away by Odom. And Ueo will jump onto Odom, open for 3, yes. That's what it will take. And a quick timeout by Shawn Robinson.
That has to be the strategy. I mean, you can take twos, but you're going to have to get hot the same way Weddington is right now. You've got to do the same exact thing. That was a good start by Odom.
So 6:43 remaining in this final quarter. Panther Creek has scored 8 points. The first minute, 17 in the fourth. I mean, coaches generally would say, take your time. Let's work our way, work the ball around, 3-4 passes, get a good shot. Not at this stage. If you're Panther Creek, it's got to be a good shot, quick in the possession, and you need a lot of them.
Yeah, one pass, drive and dish, but you have to be aggressive, and Shawn Robinson wants his team to lock things up on the defensive side. They've got to press and get turnovers and find a way to get Weddington off of their game and get them out of control and take advantage of those opportunities, but it starts on the defensive end, and then you just simply got to make shots.
So we'll look at the Weddington huddle now, and we were talking with Gary Ellington a couple of days ago. He said, we do feel a sense of validation with the schedule they played, the big schools that they beat. Again, up from 3A to 4A. It doesn't get any bigger and higher than that across the state of North Carolina. So going 18-0 last year to win that title, going unbeaten this year, but then taking down some of the Paragons in 4A out west. And here they are in the 4A state title game a year later.
48 in a row. That is so difficult, especially when you know opponents are coming after you to try to break it up. And every single ball game, even when the obstacles were against them, especially in the playoffs, they found a way.
Yeah. 3 of their 5 starters will graduate: Chase Lowe, A.J. Cook, and Kyle Frazier. But boy, are they leaving a legacy. Warriors will inbound, leading by 16. It's in the hands of Chase Lowe. Lowe hits Tah in the corner. Now, as fast as Panther Creek wants to shoot when they get the ball down by 16, is as deliberate as the Warriors will attempt to be, even if it just means 15 or 20 seconds of possession. Morton attacks, stripped, and looked like that may have gone off of his leg, but it will stay with the Warriors. We'll take a look. Did it go off of Three's leg? Sure looked like it.
Yeah. Should be Panther Creek ball.
Stays with the Warriors. Right through the hands of Chase Lowe, and that's going to be an over-back violation. So I guess there is justice in this world, right?
They get... happens the way it should have.
And now the officials will get together. What was interesting about when that went into the backcourt, as the ball was touched by Lowe for an over and back, it looked like there was almost a push by a Panther Creek player, but I thought maybe a foul was going to be called before the over and back, but that's not likely to be the case here. And Gary Ellington lodging a protest in vain. Panther Creek will bring it in, down by 16. Every possession for the Catamounts will be big. Ueo finds a crack, bullet pass, threw it away. Oh, and Thompson looks back at Ohio and says, Chris, yells at his guard.
They just got to shoot it. And instead of trying to make the pass inside, just shoot it from the outside.
And now some pressure in the backcourt by Daly and company, broken by the Warriors. In the hands of Chase Lowe. Lowe wants a little bit of a clear out here. Oh, look at this mismatch. Lowe against Daly, attacking him hard. Dump to the corner. Offensive foul, though, on Lowe. Nice outside defense.
Panther Creek, they're putting together some possessions. Good job. The help defense. And Odom, second charge of the ballgame.
So the Catamounts bring it up. Down by 16. Snell looks to the sideline. Ueo. Thompson faking to Daly and knifes his way through. It's down to 14. 5.5 left. The foundation being laid for a potential recovery here by Panther Creek. And a timeout by Weddington with 5:20 left, and he wants a full. Well, in the last couple of rounds, it's been teams having a tough time closing out Weddington. Those teams meaning Chambers and North Mecklenburg in the regional semis and regional finals. Well, now it's Weddington's job. Role reversal. Can they close out Panther Creek to claim a state title after building a big lead?
And I like the timeout by Gary Ellington. He could feel a momentum shift. Panther Creek putting possessions together, kind of creeping back in the game. Only down by 14, so I like the call to bring your team over to the sideline, calm everybody down, and diagnose the pressure to try to get the ball up the court, limit the turnovers, and I think we'll see them slow down the pace and try to burn the clock.
All right, a note just came across for Weddington in this remarkable shooting game. They're shooting 61.1% so far with 5 minutes left. That would rank third all-time in a state championship game. North Surrey back in 1989 shot 64.3. So if Weddington stays this hot, at least there'll be something for a hat to be hung on if you're Shawn Robinson and Panther Creek saying, well, we just got beat by the best shooting team ever in a state championship game. Although Robinson would love for them to cool off and give his Catamounts a chance to rally. Out of the timeout, Weddington will have it. Plus 14. Tah to Cook, who has not missed from three-point range in 5 attempts. Oh, nearly traveled, just got the pass away to Morton. Heavy ball pressure by everybody on the floor, including this man, Daly, at 6'11". Tah gets by him, runs through the defender. It's an offensive foul again. That one taken by Thompson.
Love the unselfish play by Thompson. Following him, Odom's lead, taking the charge, and he's set up right underneath the hoop. Look at number 5. Just takes it.
Easiest call of the night for the officials. That was Shawn Robinson wanting to keep James Daly on the floor. You're going to have one serious mismatch with a speedy ball handler for the Warriors. But both times that's happened, Daly's funneled them into 2 charges. A strip by Cook. And Weddington on the floor. Frazier attacks Daly. Shot blocked with the hand, but body contact. The foul on James Daly.
Weddington again with the defensive pressure. Nice strip by Cook. They're looking to push the pace. Frazier goes right from the three-point line. Also can get in and do the dirty work down low.
So Frazier at the free throw line. 16th point of the game. And one more coming from the Builders Discount Center free throw line. Builders Discount. Doja's Bill. Bill tough. Lead back to 16. Thompson. Snell to Arroyo. Baseline drive. The kick out. Odom. And a blocking foul. Boy, Odom was going to be in a tough spot to deliver a pass from that angle. Abrams collects a second foul, and it will be a 1-and-1 now for Amari Odom.
Odom, 12.6 rebounds, 2 steals, and 6 assists. He's filled up the stat sheet. He's got to take over for his team, and a good job getting the ball and then just going into the paint.
I mean, if you're Shawn Robinson, as Daly now does check out, as Powell comes back in, all you want to do is in the next, say, 90 seconds, try and get this inside single digits. Oh, boy. Oh, boy. Odom airballed the free throw at the other end of the first half. Now he banks in a free throw at this end. And again, keep in mind, they're in an arena setting. They don't shoot in these kind of arenas, so it's very, very deep and sometimes tough to manage. That's better.
It is.
Down to 14. Lowe leads for Cook, runs it down. And he'll fall away from the foul line and swirl in. Boy, A.J. Cook is now 6 of 7 overall. 17 points. Odom, quick three. Short. You don't mind the shot, you got to get him up at this stage of the game, down by 16. Morton, Lowe. And now they play keep away. Cook knocks down the pass. Frazier. Ball knocked loose. Contact. Steal. Panther Creek the other way. Robinson into the lane. Tough shot. Oh, how did that go? He threw it up there expecting a whistle and 2 free throws. Somehow that went down. Down to 14. Oh, and it's really getting physical now. Foul on the backcourt charge against Jesse Powell. There was a lot of contact further up the floor. Behind the play. 3:26 left. Panther Creek going to throw everything they have left at the Warriors. Time, though, run it out. You know, the waning moments of a long day of championship basketball in Chapel Hill. Inside the Dean Dome, Weddington looking to make it back-to-back state titles at 2 different levels of classification. By the way, it'd be their 49th win in a row. 64-50, Weddington leading Panther Creek. And now for the West Shore home player of the game. And for Weddington, A.J. Cook. 5 for 5 from three-point range. 6 of 7 overall. And he's had an enormous night, Jay.
17 points. And he's just changed the momentum of the game. Taking advantage of the ball movement. And he's been unconscious. He's so much fun to watch. And look at the arc on the ball. He knows it's going in as soon as it leaves his hands.
All right, a couple of notes. First off, about Cook. He's now tied for 5th all time in making three-pointers in a game. He's made 5. The record is 7, shared by Sean Alexander of TC Robertson and Josh Pittman of Trinity. And then 2 others have 6. Cook has 5. We'll see if he gets another opportunity here. Morton in the lane, pass to the baseline, and here is Cook as we reach 3 minutes. Cook dribble knocked away and tied up by Jordan Snell. Arrow the other way. And now the officials come in. And 2 officials maybe opposing calls. It almost looked like one official had called a timeout by the team. Another one called a jump ball. And I think the call is Weddington had possession and called a timeout by one official. One thought it was a jump, but the timeout and possession to Weddington will stand here.
And Shawn Robinson saying they never had the ball, so they couldn't call a timeout.
So Weddington will keep it. It's a huge break for the Warriors. And by the way, updating their team stats, 62.2% from the floor. That is now tied for second all-time in a state title game. 64.3 is the greatest shooting experience all-time in a state title game. North Surrey back in 1989. 3:01 to play. What it looked like the Catamount said it forced a tie-up. It would have been Panther Creek's ball with possession. So Morton will throw in. Lowe protecting the basketball. Drives around Powell, who reached around the back and commits the foul. .255 left. 6th team foul on Panther Creek, so non-shooting one more time. Lowe gets it into Frazier. Chased. Cook whips it high. Oh, what a leaping grab by Morton. And a foul there on Panther Creek. Aweo, and that reaction after he committed the foul did not go over too well with the officials. He was this close to getting teed up. That's number 2 on Aweo. So now it's Kyle Frazier to the free throw line. Weddington has a team 9 of 11. Back in the Builders Discount Center free throw line. Don't just build tough. Frazier doesn't draw a lot of iron on these free throws, does he?
I mean, everything is flushed through the net. I mean, it's a shock if you even hear anything.
They just have so many pure shooters. All net again for Frazier. 19 points in the game. Weddington 66, Panther Creek 50. Odom leaves it for Snell. A bit off balance, Long with the 3. Morton high for the rebound. And we're nearing 2.5 to go. Frazier gets it to Cook, and he gets fouled. That'll go on Tyler Thompson. Now Panther Creek got as close as 12 in the second half. Trailed by 11 at the break. Down by 21 after 3. Made a run, made a few shots. But Weddington almost every time has had to reply. Cook misses the free throw. Catamounts will bring it up. Ueo to the hole. Tough shot. Nice back shot by Chris Ueo. 66-52. 2:14 to go. And a little nudge there by Thompson. Shawn Robinson less than thrilled by that call as well. And Thompson is fouled out.
Thompson just hustling to try to get the turnover.
And you see Reed Lips right there. He didn't touch him. It didn't look like he did.
Minimal contact.
So Tyler Thompson is now fouled out of the game for an official told him he needed to take a seat. So Thompson is done. Frazier books another. 67-52 Weddington. Shooting into the friendly end zone. Frazier 6 of 6 in this quarter from the line. He's made all 8 tonight. Ueo off the curl, gets knocked down. It'll be a 3-shot foul. And Chase Lowe shakes it off. Yet the official said, no, it wasn't my foul. My response would be, does anybody ever really truly think that they fouled?
Right.
Well, we'll see. Was there contact here?
A little bit. A little contact on the left hand.
So Ueo will shoot 3. 2 more from the Builders Discount Center free throw line. Don't just build tough. 68-52 Weddington. Panther Creek had to go on the road and knock off the 2-seed New Hanover, the 7-seed Apex Friendship. They then beat Millbrook on the road, and they took down number 5 Cleveland at a neutral site. Not a lot of people thought Panther Creek would get out of maybe the 3rd round, let alone play for a state title. But here they are, wrapping up a year that this program has never seen. Blocking foul on the inside. And Jesse Powell will head to the free throw line.
So many young players coming back for Panther Creek next year. As Odom gets in, drives and dishes over to Powell.
Yeah, they lose Snell, they lose Daly, those 2 starters. They do lose Jesse Powell, who's come off the bench tonight. Misses that free throw, rebound to the Warriors. Inside 2 minutes. 15-point lead for Weddington. This has not been a single-digit game since the 2nd quarter. Here's Cook, the pull-up. Left the teardrop short, and then commits the foul. And that might cost Weddington a shot in the all-time best shooting mark ever. And who missed the shot that cost him? A guy who hasn't missed all night, A.J. Cook.
These numbers are amazing. 61% from the field, but better from the three-point line.
I mean, he could almost sell this as a pass, right? Only if he had a teammate leaping the rim. Yeah.
Alley-oop.
So 60.5 is where Weddington sits. And free throws now for Odom. 14 points tonight for Odom, leading the Catamounts. They knocked off the defending 4A champ Millbrook Wildcats in the Elite Eight a couple of rounds ago. 1 of 2. And Al Daly will play out his high school career back on the floor for the Catamounts. 68-54, Warriors lead. Quick foul. Get used to it.
And the problem for Panther Creek is 81% from the free throw line for Weddington. So you just look at this team, they're so solid, no weaknesses. And when you shoot the ball at the level they do, I mean, it's so tough because they play really good defense and they execute on the offensive side.
So Chase Lowe rims that one off. This will be an emotional wrap-up for the Weddington Warriors because, again, it's not as though this team came together a couple of years ago and learned how to play with one another. And for these outgoing seniors, 6 of them on this team, and the juniors on this team, these guys have been playing basketball together in the Matthews, North Carolina area, for about 10 or 11 years. And to wrap up their high school careers with back-to-back state titles, but then you'll have the gravity of knowing that this is the last time that the entire group will be together. It can be overwhelming and emotional.
And they've had so many positive memories, and their motto has been work, believe, trust, and they feel like they can accomplish anything, and to this point, they have.
Yeah. And here is one of those seniors who barely plays, Jack Werdann, number 25, comes on the floor for the Warriors. There he is.
And Gary Ellington talks so highly of Jack Werdann. He said he has the highest GPA in the state.
Turnover by Panther Creek. Morton gets stripped. And Lowe runs it down to the hole. Hangs, and Daly swats that one out, but we get a foul before the block shot.
Back to Werdann. Talked about his charity work and what he does to help out the community, raise money and notebooks to give to schools. Just an all-around great kid, and he received the Sportsmanship Award at the beginning of the game.
And great to see Shawn Robinson getting Ryan James, number 10, on the floor for Panther Creek. He is one of the seniors. Again, rarely plays, but here he is in the Dean Smith Center for the last minute and a half of a state title game, savoring this experience. Win or lose, that's going to be a great story for him to tell, right?
For sure. I mean, this is a special opportunity for all the players.
In the lane, that one will go. timeout call. 1:09 left. Weddington by 15. Well, let's get to our Talk It Out NC play of the game. Brought to you by Talk It Out North Carolina. Start the conversation. Stop underage drinking.
Chase Lowe, the defensive end, creating havoc. Defense turns it into offense, and as he finishes, signals to the crowd, one more. This is my game.
Well, there's a look at the Weddington huddle. 21 points for Frazier, 17 for Cook, 18 for Lowe. And in what could be their final huddle around Gary Ellington as a unit.
A tight-knit group, and you can tell how special this community is, the fan support, everybody together with one goal, and it's been a fun group to watch tonight and throughout the season.
Yeah, I mean, Gary just said earlier in the week, he absolutely adores this team. Not just because they're great basketball players, but because of their character, because of their background. They all love one another. And this is why you coach, right? You want to win games, but you want to make an impression on their future. And Gary Ellington, his staff, and all these players, I mean, well, what an exit for these seniors and what Weddington basketball has now become. Close to a minute left. And Chase Lowe, and who knows where he will play next. A blocking foul called against Odom. Lowe is a supremely talented human and basketball player. The question is, where will he play? And frankly, why has he not gotten any strong offers yet for the game that he's put together the last couple of years here for Weddington? That's kind of been the battle cry. They're trying to almost promote him to get coaches to see this kid from Matthews, North Carolina.
He deserves it. He had an offer from Cornell this week, Army, Navy, Bentley College in Massachusetts. But I think teams need to keep an eye on him and offer him, because he is a talented player, great person. He does it in all facets of the game.
And for some of these players, as we get a timeout called, COVID threw a monkey wrench into college coaches recruiting of basketball players in a lot of ways. I mean, they couldn't visit. They couldn't watch these kids play in the summertime. Some now they're kind of evaluating through a video, and they're just now getting back into the regular recruiting mode of getting on the road and seeing these guys, meeting the families, developing those relationships. That stopped for a good couple of years. Perhaps that's one of the reasons why.
I think there's going to be late offers coming in for the talented players on each team. And a lot of attention from this game. Coaches are going to be able to see the players.
But how about this? The Weddington team, as Chase Lowe gets subbed off the floor, and now the emotions, the smiles, the tears begin to flow. A huge salute to the Weddington fans behind them and in the end zone. And that's what this timeout was all about. To give the one final bow to Chase Lowe, to A.J. Cook, to Kyle Frazier, to Grady Brosterhous, to Jack Werdann, and to Bill Abrams. The 6 outgoing seniors who will tell everyone that they won their last 49 high school basketball games in a row and have 2 state championship rings to show for it.
There's a bond that they'll have forever, and a special group. And what they've accomplished has been outstanding.
Greg Ellinger on the floor for Panther Creek. Dug out there by the Catamounts, and a foul with 40 seconds left.
Over for Panther Creek, Shawn Robinson, what he's been able to do with his group this year. I mean, they've been so much fun to watch. A lot of talent. Him and his father, Daryl Robinson, the relationship they have. And his 2 daughters have gone to every game. Cassie and Callie, 11 and 5 years old. So family. There's Daryl Robinson, father, longtime coach, 34 years, high school and college, coach Shawn in high school. So this is a tight-knit family, and they love basketball.
73-58 Weddington. 60.5% shooting. If they don't take another shot, that'll be the 4th best shooting game ever in a state title contest. They dump to the inside, kick to the corner. Here's a 3 on the way, and it's Grant Hamilton. And now with the final 6 seconds ticking off, Weddington on its way to a 2nd state title in a row. Last year 3A, this year they run the table in 4A and win their 49th game in a row. And they do so with the 3rd best shooting night in state championship history. 62% from the floor, 10 out of 15 from deep. And the Weddington Warriors are 4A state champs. Last year 3A at 18-0. This year 4A 31-0. The Weddington Warriors, 2-time state champs. We'll come back and hear from Gary Ellington and celebrate with the Warriors when we return to Chapel Hill.